Welcome to another Indie Dev Showcase, highlighting the many indie games we play here on the channel. If you'd like to submit a game for a future video, please reach out. But otherwise, let's begin. We are beginning things with the demo for Death Tower. This is essentially roguelike meets XCOM. You play a group of adventurers who are exploring the mysterious tower, a kind of autonomous place where lots of loot, treasure, and creatures reside. And if you want all that fancy loot, you're going to have to fight your way up the tower. Our gameplay here, as described, really follows in line with a tactical strategy or an XCOM style. You'll be able to set Overwatch, be able to push enemies around, use the environment to your advantage, and of course, try and power up your characters, get new gear, etc, etc. I found the GUI to be a little bit tricky in spots. There's a lot of menuing to do, but this one definitely has some potential. I believe it's in a Kickstarter. They did plan a Kickstarter for it. And the demo footage that you're seeing is play, as you can tell by the calendar at the bottom right, back in 2024. And I don't know if the demo has been updated at all since our play. I was getting into this one. We didn't get a chance to see kind of like the meta progression or any form of like progression that occurs outside of the tower runs themselves. But if you are a fan of the XCOM style and looking for a game that kind of embodies that in a roguelike form, I would definitely check out the demo and keep an eye out for the main game. And now we go to, last we had a golf game, and this one we have another one with Up to Par. This is a mini golf roguelike. Yes, everything and anything can be made into a roguelike these days. Your challenge is to, of course, complete each course under par. Any shots that you have under par act as your currency, which will allow you to buy upgrades, things that make it easier, more shots, or kind of other safety nets. All the courses are procedurally generated, and the game can be played either single player or multiplayer. Like last week, I am terrible when it comes to like this kind of mini golf style of shooting, so the game is probably not going to be the best one for me. But the idea is certainly novel to combine these two very unusual genres together. And if you have friends who are also in the mood for some procedurally generated mini golf, definitely give this one a check. And now we switch over to Abbey. This is a Abbey beer making sim. The footage you're seeing is taken from early access and may not represent the current version. In it, you run a monastery. You must hire the various monks and nuns needed, well, not so much to do any kind of like religious stuff, but to make the best dang beer in the land. So you will decide which recipes you will want to make, what are the ingredients, and of course set the price and send it out into the world to hopefully earn enough money to keep going, keep making more ale, and growing your abbey along the way. I do love the art side there. It's a very charming game. The challenge is going to be dictated based on how well you're at with creating the different recipes and using the different ingredients in order to push your ale in different directions or to get different kind of tastes for it. So while we did play this very early into the early access, the game has been updated several times with some major updates over 2025, and I don't know what they've added or changed dramatically here. So if you are a fan of the kind of sim business style and you enjoy good ale here and there, I would give this one a try. And now we go to the demo of Tartaros. This is a physics first-person puzzle adventure. We play as Persephone, who's trying to escape from Hades. But this is not going to be a roguelike. We're going to be getting out via puzzle solving. Our key elements are going to be being able to use a variety of objects to act as button pressing on massive tiles, manipulate things along those lines, as well as Persephone's power of healing and nature. You'll be able to kind of activate mushrooms for light, kind of make plants and trees bloom or wither, that can be used to expose paths, create platforms, etc, etc. And you're going to be exploring the underworld, solving a variety of puzzles, all in kind of like the retro PS1, PS2 art style. The demo was good. It kind of was over fairly quickly. It doesn't really go too far in terms of advance or different puzzle elements, but I do like the style and theme of it. I'm interested to see kind of how much more involved the main game is going to be. The demo is still up by the time you're watching this video, or should be, and you can certainly give it a try. So if you are a fan of puzzles, Persephone, and some good old-fashioned object manipulation, I would give this one a try. No more puzzle solving for our next game, as we're going for some high-speed action with Awaken Astral Blade. This is your kind of high combat, high speed Metroidvania, as you explore the island as an android, where everyone seems to hate you, and you're trying to uncover the mysteries and startling revelations that will come with it. If you've played any of the kind of combat-focused Metroidvanias over the years, then you should be very familiar with what you're going to be doing in this one. You're going to be fighting lots and lots of enemies. You have access to multiple combos, dodging, parrying, reposing, stuff along those lines. And the game is going to force you to make use of all of them, as combat is going to be with like normal enemies as well as bosses who can do some very nasty combos unless you get good at parrying their attacks. In terms of anything like unique or different, we really didn't see too much in that respect. You will of course be getting an air dash, your double jump, and many more Metroidvania staples. Everything flowed really nicely from what we played during our stream, and this one I would say is going to be for someone who's looking for another challenging take on the action Metroidvania formula. So while this video is going to be going up just before Silksong is released, if you're looking for another very combat-centric Metroidvania to play, I will give this one a try. And for the final game of our showcase, we go to Nightmare the Lunatic. This is one of the games I judge for the IGF, so this is from my own collection. And what we have here is a parry-focused roguelite, where you are trapped in a nightmare. In order to get out, you must hack and slash your way through a variety of environments. Our game here is focused on high-speed play. Your parry can be used to deal damage to enemies, and of course set them up for more damage to come. And you're going to have to make use of this quite a lot, as many of the enemies and bosses have some very wild patterns you're going to have to deal with. The kind of major element of this game has to do with the weapon swapping. You'll have, at total, 3 different weapons that you can equip, and they'll be at the bottom of the GUI. Each weapon has, of course, its own way of attacking, special properties, etc, etc, as well as your kind of special meter that you can use for unique attacks. When you swap to a different weapon, that weapon gains like a unique effect for a few seconds. So you're limited based on the diamonds that you see on the GUI at the bottom. And the concept here is that you're going for use a weapon, do as much damage as you can with its special abilities and whatnot, swap to your next weapon, refill your mana, do it again. So there's definitely a focus here on rapid combat rather than more on the slower side. The difficulty of this one can be a bit high. If you don't learn the enemy patterns, especially in the boss fights, your health will melt. Unlocks include new passive abilities, things that can make the world easier, that kind of thing. And I enjoyed this one. As I said, this one is a bit more on the harder side. If you're looking for more like it's like an overall action game, like a Hades or a Dead Cells, then Nightmare may not be that well for you. But if you're a fan of challenging action design, and again, you love the idea of parrying and reposing on enemies, definitely give this one a play. And with that, another showcase comes to an end. As always, let me know what you think about these games down below. Let me tell you your game for a future stream and showcase. Please get in touch. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back with more stream showcases and indie games coming real soon.